The thick stone walls of the Hogwarts staff lounge always offered a comforting contrast to the castle's chaos. This morning, it felt almost like an oasis. I pushed the heavy oak door open, its soft clatter echoed in the pre-dawn quiet. 6 months in, and I still hadn't quite adjusted to the effort required to rise before the great hall filled with students. My mind was already spinning through the day's lessons as I stepped inside. The lounge was pure, distilled comfort. A low fire crackled in the grate, casting warm orange light over deep armchairs. The air smelled of cinnamon tea, buttered toast, and wood smoke. A silver kettle hissed softly on the sideboard. I was halfway to the coffee pot when I realized I wasn't alone. A pair of voices, raised and tense, sliced through the morning calm. Madame Pomfrey sat on the edge of a velvet chair, arms crossed, looking thoroughly exasperated. Opposite her, Professor Flitwick stood atop a footstool, brandishing a biscuit like a dueling wand.
"I'm telling you, Phileas, it was a banshee. No mistaking that scream."
"Poppy, please! I've encountered them in the wild. I know a banshee when I see one. That boggart was no banshee."
I paused, hand hovering over the coffee pot. Banshees? Boggarts? Hardly the usual morning chatter. Against my better judgment, curiosity triumphed over caffeine. I poured a cup, then drifted toward the fire, casually claiming the chair nearest the debate. Flitwick, sensing an audience, puffed up slightly as if happy to begin the story over. Poppy rolled her eyes and leaned back in her chair.
"It was about midnight. I'd gone to the kitchens. Was a bit peckish after the dueling club meeting, you see. I heard a commotion and found Professor Snape already there, wand drawn, facing one of the large cupboards."
He paused for effect.
Then 3 shapes emerged, one after another, popped out like corks from a bottle.
Pomfrey nodded solemnly.
"And the first was the banshee, I told you."
"No, that's what I've been saying. The first was... well, it was a woman. Long black hair, covering her face entirely. And that scream, like glass shattering in your soul, sent the poor house elves scattering."
"A banshee. No mistaking it. An omen of death."
"Couldn't have been. There were 3.
3 banshees, then. Merlin helped the acoustics."
Flitwick insisted rather indignantly.
"Not a banshee. Women. Different women. The second, clear as daylight, auburn hair, bright as fire, and she had green eyes."
Pomfrey's smile faded. The amusement drained from her face, replaced by something pale and tight. She set her teacup down with a faint clink.
"Oh, my Lily. Then the first must have been Eileen. Poor man."
Eileen Prince, Lily Potter, the tragedies everyone knew. Even I had heard enough whispers by now, but no one ever discussed aloud. I leaned forward, keeping my tone even. "You said there were 3, Professor. The last one?" Flitwick frowned.
"Didn't see her face. Only blonde hair, light as straw, almost white in that dim light. But the way he looked at her..."
Pomfrey gave a low, knowing hum. Her gaze slid from the fire to me. "Blonde, you say?" The fire's crackle grew suddenly loud. I felt the shift, the warmth curdling into something heavy and airless. Both turned toward me in eerie unison. Their expressions softened into a strange sense of realization.
"Well, it seems Severus's boggart isn't a creature at all, but..."
Flitwick nodded, peering at me over his teacup.
3 women screaming in pain. His mother, his past love, and perhaps his present undoing.
The casual intimacy of it, of being folded into Snape's deepest terror, left me reeling. I tried for a professional tone, but my voice betrayed me. "Surely you're reading too much into it. A coincidence of hair color, a trick of the light." Pomfrey's smirk was small but merciless. Flitwick suddenly found great interest in the laces of his boots. The comfortable morning calm had evaporated, leaving only thick, oppressive silence. I was halfway to inventing an excuse to leave, something about a forgotten quill, when the heavy oak door creaked open behind me. Footsteps, the soft swish of robes, the faint scent of potions and ash. Him. Pumphrey seized the silver teapot, furiously polishing its already gleaming surface. Flitwick raised the Daily Prophet like a shield. The air itself seemed to still. Then came that voice, low, dry, and perfectly composed.
If you've quite finished analyzing my subconscious, I'll thank you to pass the kettle.
The kettle hissed sharply in reply. Poppy and Phileas immediately found excuses to leave the room. I remained by the fire, pulse thrumming, acutely aware that Severus's secrets, and my unwitting role in them, were no longer merely rumor.